Yeah, good morning, all. It's your boy Edo Jefta again, the young man that has decided that social work has to be as simple as possible, so understandable to the layman. So we'll be breaking down social work to the barest that we can understand, even for one who has not been into the field of social work academically, or one who wants to dive into the field of social work and needs basic understanding of it. So we will be doing that. Yeah, I've been off this space for a while, and that is due to the fact that I wanted to get some gadgets to make sure that our videos are as quality as possible. Yeah, I've not gotten all, but I at least have gotten a mic. I can see that. So, someone recommended or someone asked that I make a video on research in social work. Now, I've been able to pen down a little here to make sure that it is as understandable as possible. And I know you have a lot of insight into it as I try to dissect it. We cannot complete it in one video, it's going to be too long. But we're going to break it into bits. So we'll be having more videos coming as regards to research in social work. Basically, we'll do an introduction to that and just give us basic things we need to know about research in social work. So going to that, I will be looking through my paper as I have penned down a few things. The first is research has to do with finding out again from the word research. Has to do again, something you're doing again, and then search, find out about something. Now we can say research has to do with most times finding about or doing the checking again gaps that exist in knowledge. So, like someone says, we cannot know all things. So, if you want to know about something, you have to find out about it. You might not be the first person who is looking into it. So, when you are finding out again, that is research. Now, a more elaborate definition I have penned down here is research is the process of gathering and analyzing data to create new knowledge and or use existing knowledge in new ways. That is, it's a process of gathering data and analyzing them, or to create so that to create new knowledge, or you are you are searching in between available knowledge so that you'll be able to create new knowledge or use this knowledge in a new way. So that is what research is all about. Now, others could put it as research is a systematic study of events. We as social workers deal with a lot of events, deal with a lot of happenings. So, research from a social work perspective is more of finding out about phenomena, finding out about events, most especially social problems. So we as social workers are really concerned with the term social problem. Anything that prevents people from carrying out their day-to-day living optimally to the best that they can is a social problem. And mind you, in previous videos we have said a social problem is any events that affect a significant number of people in ways they consider undesirable. They feel something should be done about it, and that something should be through collective social action. That is a social problem. So any event that affects this significant number of people, they find it undesirable. We want to do something about it through collective social action. When we try to find out about it, that becomes research in social work. Now, let us look at it in this way. Social work is saddled with the responsibility of identifying social problems. When we identify the social problem, why do we want to identify it? Is to make sure that we prevent it from occurring. And in an event that it actually occurs, that we are able to beat it down to the barest minimum of its effect on people so as to bring about restoration and reform, and so that people can come back to a state of social functioning. So all of this is social work research, or research in social work. So we find out, we make studies, we carry out the systematic studies to make sure that we find out about social problems, how to prevent them, how to beat them down to the barest minimum, how to help individuals come back to a state of functioning. All this is social work research. It is research in the social work sphere. Now, having said that, social work uh, research is not different from every other research in other disciplines. So it is similar to research in sociology, it is similar to research in psychology, it is similar to research in the field of sciences. Though we can, so it is similar to all these disciplines, right? It is similar to all these disciplines. Uh, so research academically now can, for instance, for those in the undergraduate world or maybe master's, PhD, studying into social work, we can say research just like in other disciplines. Maybe if you're writing your project, your master's thesis or your PhD thesis, you can have five basic chapters. Chapter one is the introduction, which has your background to the study, has a statement of problem, your research questions, your research objectives, hypotheses, significance of the study, definition of concepts, and all of that. Then chapter two is your literature review, where you'll be analyzing people's works, previous scholars who have discussed on what you are researching about. You are diving into what they've said. You are looking at the strengths and weaknesses of what they've said. You know, all of that literature review, providing critics, and then you can also have a theoretical framework within your chapter two literature review, where you use relevant theories in the field of social work to actually discuss this phenomenon. Then chapter three has your methodology, where you tell people who want to come across your work about the methods you use to gather your data and all of that. So we have chapter four, which is data analysis, where you now get all the data you've gotten and then you analyze them and then draw your findings. And then in chapter 5, we now have our discussions where you discuss all the data you've gotten, your results, do your conclusions, and then even make recommendations. So all of that is in a basic academic research. Now, research goes beyond just undergraduate projects, masters and PhD theses. It can go to 10 papers, it can go to um, seminar papers and all of that. We might not be able to discuss all of that in this video, but I want you to just understand that research has to do with finding out, gathering data, analyzing them, using them in new ways, or contributing to a vast body of knowledge. So all of that is research. And then in the sphere of social work, it is actually making sure that you gather data about it is about gathering data in the sphere of identifying social problems, how to cushion the effects, and restore people to a state of social function. So all your topics will be surrounded by that. It could go through health, it could go through abuse, um, soul migration, and all these subfields of social work. Now, this is it. Having provided this very little introduction to it, subsequent videos will dissect into various chapters of social work research and even 10 papers, seminar papers, and all of that. So we could have videos for chapter 1, which is introduction, chapter 2, 3, 4, 5, continuously papers and everything, which will give us a guide on how social work actually does its research. So before I leave our faces, um, I would ask us to as a Christian, a devout Christian, I'll ask you to check Philippians chapter 4, verse 19. My God shall supply all your needs according to his riches in glory. So please check that and peace.